Greetings, the Astro 30 here yet again, and welcome back to AEL. Now this is just going to be a short video because apart from this being dusty, I've got this weird problem, not specifically with this O1 or however it's pronounced, multimeter, but the leads that came with it. Now the positive lead here will fit into each of the sockets just fine, and they have a nice, well, this one has a nice positive grip to it, so it's not going to just like fall out by itself. However, we come to the negative lead. It will not go in to the multimeter at all. Not any of the sockets. Not at all. And I don't know why. I usually use these leads on this portable must tool multimeter, and they're not quite the same type of socket, but it fits in there just fine. It's a bit tight on that one. Might be a smaller diameter. Well, it won't fit in any of the other positions here except common, which is fine. And the positive lead fits fine, perfectly. Now I have another set of leads which actually went with that must tool, but I modified them because the negative probe broke, where I've got two clip leads just attached to the ends of the multimeter leads, and even though these are a slightly little bit loose, they do fit in the meter. I mean, the positive is very loose, but yeah, the inner plug there could probably do with spreading a bit, but it fits into this multimeter a bit loose as well. But the common's more positive, probably because it's the wrong plug. I think it is the wrong plug, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's loose. Okay, so we know it's loose. So I ended up buying another set of leads to replace these leads for this multimeter. The only problem with these ones is they're a little short. But take the end caps out. They fit into that meter fine. That common's a little bit loose, but they fit into this multimeter just fine. So, okay, so the issue is with that particular negative lead. Now admittedly, this multimeter has had these leads plugged into it on and off for about, several months now, and living on top of the AEL 480 stereo amplifier I built, among other junk, which I'm seriously gonna have to clean all that off because, yeah, it's starting to cover ventilation holes. So that's sitting under a window, and in the last few months during winter it has been pretty cold, so that window has experienced condensation. So the only thing I can think of is that this negative pin here has somehow expanded, so it's slightly too large at the head than it is at the shaft. But it doesn't appear to me that the head's bigger than the shaft. Get your mind out the gutter. And it looks very similar to the positive lead, so I'm not sure why it's not fitting. And I've looked at these under a magnifying glass. A microscope would have been better, but I don't have one. And it doesn't appear to be that, well, at least to me, that this pin is anywhere near bigger than its counterpart. So yeah, I'm confused as to how this doesn't fit, not why it doesn't fit. The obvious answer to that is it's most likely expanded slightly, but as to how that happened and how it doesn't fit is the question. So I'm going to leave it to you to put in the comments down below if you've ever had a similar experience, not so much with multimeter leads, but any particular plug that used to fit in a socket that for some strange mysterious reason now does not fit. It's absolutely bizarre. Absolutely, totally 100% bizarre. And I don't want to force or put too much force on that particular socket, because these sockets would be soldered to, well, probably the main front display board here, and I could run the risk of A, damaging the socket, B, breaking the socket off the PCB, or worse, breaking the PCB or its mounting points to this ABS plastic shell, which I'm assuming is how it's put together. And I have tried squeezing this on the outer rubber shell here with some pliers, but I don't want to apply too much force because I don't want to tear up the surface here. But the only thing I can think of is that it's just slightly expanded. I mean, the rubber is going to cause it to lose the clamping force that I'm doing with the pliers, but even that doesn't seem to achieve much. So I'm kind of at a loss now as to how I can fix this, unless I can get the pliers directly in there and just give it a little bit of a massage. Well, it's starting to make a difference, but it's just bizarre, absolutely bizarre. And I've never had this experience before, but it's also absolutely annoying. Absolutely annoying. Maybe that'll work better. Let's see if I can give it a bit of a squeeze in all directions, especially down the shaft. Nah. Well, it's starting to sit in the connector, but it's not going into the connector, so that is bizarre. Yeah. Let me mess about with this a bit more off camera and I'll come back to you. Unfortunately, messing about with this further off camera, I cannot make any difference to it. It still does not fit in the socket. So that's kind of annoying and strange at the same time. So I'm probably going to not worry about it too much and just use a different set of leads and just keep this for the Mustall meter. But yeah, that's really bizarre. With this rubber boot in the way, I'm not going to make much headway on reshaping the pins or even seeing like what's wrong with the pins, because they're actually cut in like a star pattern down the middle so that they can expand and contract when it's going in and out of the socket. But yeah, I can't really see what, if anything, is wrong with this plug. It doesn't look like it's expanded, but then again, I just don't simply know. Leave your thoughts down below, or even if you've had a similar experience, but this is strange. The probes that actually came with the meter, one no longer fits. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Wasn't really that exciting, and yes, after messing with that negative probe, it's still working. I'm the Astro 30, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to go down below, like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, this is the Astro 30 saying see ya, thanks for watching, have a great day.